We got to take the right seriously. Nick, I believe, was the first caller. I believe Nick said this. I'm sure Nick said this. He said progressivism is a process and you want to gradually make progress. Even if it's slow progress, you want to gradually move in a progressive direction. There's a very tangible thing that progressivism actually is, right? And think of it like a math term. Think of it like mathematics, right? If progressivism is addition, neoliberalism might be, on some occasions, it could be a negative. Sometimes it might be multiplying by 1 and we make no change whatsoever. But for sure, conservatism in the United States of America is moving us in a negative direction. It is a negative. It's a subtraction from our positive progress. That's the most simplistic way I can put it in. There's no way you can call yourself a progressive. And I don't care about the naming, right? I don't care whether or not you have the right to identify as a progressive or not, but you are not a progressive in the sense of you are allowing negative motion. When you allow negative motion, you're not progressive. You're regressive, and not in the classical liberal sense. Those guys. One last thing that Brianna said that I think is important, and it just came back to me. She was saying that they're already too far gone, talking about the people who would go and vote for Roy Moore. That actually says a lot to me personally, and this is what I mean by that, Brianna. We almost need to no longer even with the exception of just like for me doing my job, I have to report the news during the day. That's what Daniel just called in. I work with Daniel at Content News. You guys can check it out. You'll see it all over Facebook. We're on YouTube too, from 4 to 6 live, 4 to 5:30 live right now. We'll eventually be going to 4 to 6. Besides me having to do my job and report the news and report on the hypocrisy every day, there should be a definitive decision. There should be a collective decision by us as progressives, or at least me on my show, to aim our commentary towards recruiting new people. That's what I got. The last thing I got out of Brianna's call. I think that, and she said it, actually, she really said a lot. She was like, there's more than half of the voting population did not vote. And those are the people who we need to start recruiting. And we need to start reaching, and we need to start shaping our language to reach those people, which does mean that we're going to have to simplify our language here on the left, right? We're going to have to give them some entryway. We can't come in with a critical class analysis, critique. We can't come with a Hegelian dialectic of over capitalism or Das Kapital. We can't start there. We have to shift our language and our approach to reach people instead of using all of our time to just pull our hair out about how stupid the other people are. I hear you loudly and clearly, and I think that's something that I need to process and see how I can incorporate that into my show as I continue to have to just cover the news, because part of my job is just covering the news, and there's a lot of stupid shit in the news right now. So setting that aside, we have to start recruiting new people, and I think that's one of the things I really would love to see DSA do, Democratic Socialists of America. I'm teetering back and forth on whether or not I'm going to actively join the local chapter, because once I join something, I become super active. Ask the church that I just joined. Y'all might see Ben on a video in the choir stand singing like this, Jesus, because I like to be active. Like, I don't join anything that I'm not going to go all out in. So I've been thinking about whether or not I'm going to join Democratic Socialists of America here in Atlanta. And one of the key things that I would love to see in any chapter, whether it's Atlanta or not, is this organization recruiting people who were apolitical, recruiting people who said that they would never be in politics. That's the new frontier. That's the frontier we have to reach. And until we reach it, we're going to just always be getting angry over the number of ignorant people that vote conservatively, vote for the Republican Party at this point.